Matt?
Ready? Okay, welcome to our council meeting of October 27th. And Karina, thank you for the reading. Be it resolved that the agenda for the regular council meeting of October 27th be adopted. Mover?
Henry Siemens.
Marvin.
Thank you, Henry and Marvin. Any questions regards to the agenda? Any changes? Hearing none. All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting of October 13th, 2020 be adopted. Mover?
Michael.
Seconder?
Karina?
Any comments or items you want to chat about from the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor? And that is carried. I have some correspondence here. I attended the Central Station update that they had this last week and gave us some idea what their care relationship or their family care situation looked like. You take a look at the relationship statuses, you look at the summary. It's truly an amazing work that they do. And the testimony that I heard from one of the participants who had graduated was so positive, and that this person wanted to get involved and help out others. And really, that's really the benchmark that we like to see. Had a conversation with another person who looks at or works at the food cupboard. And the conversation was last night when I was at the serving at the dinner at the Central Station. And the comment was, how do we move people from being a people of need to a people of self-support? And so that's what I see working here with Central Station and with this care program. And I know there's a bigger need for that for people, even whether it's a food cupboard, it doesn't become a staple, but it becomes something to support. So that's the direction that they're hoping for there as well. And I know that's the goal of Central Station with this community care program. So very, very appreciative.
If I could, Martin, this community care program, as we all know, is supported by a grant from the city of Winkler on an annual basis. It is a program that currently has a waiting list, and a waiting list that will not go away. We're not going to be approaching the city for 2021, but certainly 2022, there will be a request for an expansion of that program. It's a program that we desperately need, and in each one of the programs that Central Station runs, the goal always is that 10% graduate every year. We had a board meeting last night with an intention of seeing if we can accelerate that to 20% graduation rate every year. It will cause a significant mind shift on our board and staff's and our community's ability to do, but there will be resources required as well. This community care program is originally an initiative of Mayor Harder and Council, and it's good to see it growing. It's good to see it utilized, and it's really, really exciting to see the first graduates now of that program.
Yep, much appreciated. Appreciate your support and your involvement in the board there as well. The next item on correspondence is a very favorable letter that comes from our Minister of Municipal Relations, and the federal initiative for the federal safe restart funding has been announced, and we had some notes that we sent around last week guessing what it could be, and we were the numbers came in a little bit higher than what we even thought. So we're getting a check on Thursday for $757,951.30.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So we're very, very happy that is going to be very helpful to help deal with some of the shortages that we are experiencing.
Nice.
Going on to finance, be it resolved that the accounts payable in the amount of $3,785,880.79 be approved for payment. Mover,
Henry Siemens?
seconder.
Karina Bickert.
Any questions?
Oh, thank you, Danica, for addressing my question. Thank you.
Where did you see this curling club thing?
It was under the financial statements.
Oh.
Mhm. I
thought it
just
was on
noticed
a
that there
check
was that
register.
increase, and that's what it was. There was water.
Well,
Or water
James
leak?
looking into it.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you have some time already to do it, but
Okay.
we expect there's a leak, so
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
looking through the check register. I'm like, what?
Sorry, I didn't know where else to
Yeah.
put the comments on that.
Okay. No, appreciate it. All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that general operating and utility financial statements and monthly financial report for September 2020 be received for information. Mover
Henry Siemens?
and a seconder.
Karina Bickert.
Thank you. And that's kind of where your question
Yes,
was, right?
sorry. Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Any questions for David in regards to his recap?
That's a lot of information.
Nice thing to see is you look at other revenue and what we were, supplementary taxes that we were originally concerned about that we weren't going to meet our budget. Now actually we have exceeded it. So it's nice to see there. Okay, any other reports? David, do you want to add anything?
all I can say as of right now, in September, from what I can see, I believe we will be in a decent position for year end. Obviously, if you look at some of the revenues, swimming pool, campground, we are under budget what we expected because of COVID. Also on the expense side, we were able to have some savings also on the swimming pool. So some of that is offset. Also, for example, if you look at Artist Festival, Concert Hall, they were closed technically overall, since those are facilities that run at a deficit. Technically, that's now a safety cluster pool. So overall, yeah, we are in a decent
Okay.
position for year end.
Thanks, David, and thanks for the work that you do there.
Okay, and another question with the taxes coming in, we're getting very close to the end of the month. Does it look, I guess the last day is when it usually will happen, right? But does it look like, how close are we going to be to last year?
I have not looked now this week where we are.
Okay,
We are over 90%. In my report, what did it say?
Mhm.
92%?
92.83.
Yeah.
Last year was 96.
Yeah, so we are about 4%, between 4 and 6% lower than last year.
Mhm.
But I expect, I almost have to say, a lot of people that use the extension, not necessarily needed the extension. So, and those people will use every single day they can.
Mhm.
And I expect them to benefit from it.
in a way, this appears to me good news if it's that much different, only because, yeah, because in other years, it was already late, like up to this point, if it wasn't fully paid. So in this time, it isn't late yet, so it's good.
Well, even the minister makes mention of that in her letter about the deferred taxes that a lot of the municipalities put into effect. And I think we were probably the first one that had approved that before anybody else did. So, well, I think it worked out very well.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the Swamp Board meeting minutes for October the 21st, 2020 be received for information. Mover,
Andrew?
seconder,
Michael?
any highlights at Swamp there, Andrew, or?
Yeah, things are going very well there. they've had a lot of activity, like more than normal from renovations and so forth, but, and we have approval from province to take in the offal from True North Foods. And that also has been a very big source of revenue for Swamp. And we're repurposing it into various equipment upgrades and site upgrades as well. I'm not sure how many people have been there to see the drive-over bins there they've set up for easier drop-off of personal refuse. We insulated a shop, the cold storage shop. We're going to put a heater in there. Just better storage of equipment, and yeah, it's going very well there.
Mhm.
Brent Klecki has been doing a great job.
Super. Thanks for that update, Andrew. All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the in-camera planning committee meeting minutes for October the 8th, 2020 be adopted as information. Mover?
Henry Siemens,
Seconder?
Andrew?
Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor? And that is carried.
Marvin, were you not at that meeting?
The in-camera one it was. I don't think.
Yeah, we were marked as guests. Marvin and myself in the in-camera portion,
Oh,
but, and as well as in the minutes for the regular, not on the agenda.
Oh,
oh
right.
yeah. Oh, I was looking at the agenda, not the
Yeah.
minutes. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know
the
why
min-
I was marked as a city staffer on the agenda, but
It's okay.
I'll take it. Just kidding, I'm not that smart. Just kidding.
Okay,
All
all
good.
is well there? All in favor? That is carried. Be it resolved that the bylaw number 225820 be given second reading.
Henry Siemens,
Seconder?
Andrew?
All in favor? That is carried. That's just going on to the next one. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2258-20 be given third and final reading. Mover?
Henry
Karina?
Siemens,
Mm.
I'll second.
Okay, Karina and Henry, all in favor? And that is carried. And we go on to our MSDW reports. Be it resolved that the MSDW September 2020 meeting minutes and reports be received as information. Mover?
Andrew?
Seconder?
Want some help?
I can second.
Okay, Marvin, thank you. Any comments regarding the reports, Andrew or Marvin?
Yeah, the permit, like quantities are similar, but the value of work is significantly lower.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay on the year, but won't. Doesn't seem like we'll be in a similar situation to last year with a big rebate. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I think, yeah, I noticed the numbers reflect, I think what you've seen happening, you see, going a lot of streets, you see somebody's adding a garage or
Yeah.
something like that. That's,
Yeah.
see a lot more of that happening this year than other years.
I noticed that as well, that in the report that fully half of your permits are minimum value permits of $100.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of pergolas.
Yep.
and I mean we talked about that permit fee and kept it the same because we still want people to take permits if we raise that
Agreed.
price.
Yeah.
What was my other point?
It's basically just a reflection of the type of building projects that have gone on.
Yeah. And the out of area inspections are still going well in Pembina, Rhineland, and so forth. There's other perimeter areas looking to also have the same service from us. So we're investigating that, and the discussion on building locations certificates has been a hot topic, which Glenn will be talking to Scott and Santok about.
Okay, thank you for that update and for the report. Otherwise, the number of permits looks very well for us again, and
Yes, it does.
nice to see. In the next year or two, there, we should be averaging over 50%. We are now, but I mean, it takes a few years to roll. it
Yeah,
out.
we're usually around 50% of
Yeah.
the region.
But I think for our auditing purposes, they still use 46, I
Oh,
think
okay.
is the number, right, Jody? Or David, remember? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually they'll need to change that if it keeps going this way. Okay, next, be it resolved that the Winkler Resource Committee minutes for September 29th, 2020 be received for information. Mover,
Karina Bickert.
seconder,
Andrew?
any questions? All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the Winkler Arts Committee financial report from January 1st to October 1st be adopted as information. Mover,
Michael,
seconder,
Karina.
any questions regarding the financial report or,
still waiting on the minutes, so as soon as those are forwarded, I'll get those to add to the next meeting, I'm assuming.
okay, thank you. All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the community service meeting minutes for October 13th, 2020 be adopted. Mover,
Andrew?
seconder,
Karina.
any questions regarding community service?
The team did a great job with that new logo, right? That revamp.
Okay,
For
all in
what?
favor?
Harvest Festival?
Really
Yes,
good.
Yeah.
carried.
I was at that meeting. I talked to you about that.
Yeah, I said it was a really good job.
Yeah,
Okay.
you remember my comment.
Notice my comment,
We
right?
digress here,
You
we
go.
digress. Be it resolved that community care meeting minutes of October 20th, 2020 be received for information. Mover,
Michael,
seconder,
I can help.
any questions regarding the community care minutes? Hearing none, all in favor? That is carried.
I'd like to say, Martin, too, appreciate that you continue to sit with that group because it's the decision makers who are sitting there.
Hmm.
And if we don't have the heads of organizations at those meetings on an annual basis, committing their organization to that program, it ceases to do the work that it needs to. So thank you.
You're welcome. It's honestly, it's a highlight for our community to see that type of work going on. Be it resolved that South Central Regional Library 2021 budget reports be received as information. Mover,
Marvin?
seconder,
Michael,
want to give us an update, Marvin?
I think-
Anything different than what we have in the minutes?
No, I think it's good. Oh, I do want to say that we have our book sale in Morden this coming week, Wednesday, Thursday,
Right.
Friday, and Saturday. It's going to be run a little bit differently, better for you people. You pay $10 a bag. You fill the bag and hand over a $10 bill or make an electronic transfer. Or is it $15 a box? And I guess you have the boxes. So, in the name of trying to not have so many people handle the books and so on. So it's always in April, which I think is a really good time. It gets people ready for summer reading and so on. But there were so many uncertainties we couldn't. So I encourage you to visit and send your family to visit, get some good books.
Well, by the looks of things, there may be a few quiet winter evenings, so you'll need a good book.
More than one.
All right, thanks, Marvin. All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved, oops, just a second here. Be it resolved that the Winkler Horticultural Society meeting minutes for October 20th be received for information. Mover,
Henry Siemens?
seconder,
Andrew?
Any question regarding those?
Just one thing. I noted with disappointment that most recently, the Winkler Flyers have not been involved in helping take the gardens out at end of year. The group that does this work for us all year, every year, are typically seniors who struggle with that amount of lifting and tearing out by the roots
Yes.
these plants at the end of the season. Whether or not it's the Winkler Flyers or another youth-minded organization, a high school hockey team or somebody, I really, really wish that we could find someone who would prepare to adopt the Horticultural Society and help them in that way. Because it's, I know we used to do that years ago, and I cannot even begin to share how appreciative of that help that the Horticultural Society was when we showed up with 15, 18, 19-year-old boys to pull out those plants. It was a huge deal to them.
Well, unfortunately, this year it was city staff that did
And-
the majority of it.
And thank goodness that we were able to. But I think there's volunteers who could serve and show support for the Horticultural Society to do that for them.
Well, that would be very much appreciated by them as well.
Yeah, it should, the Flyers need to keep that up next year.
It's a great community thing.
Gwen, you know any kids?
Yeah, maybe that's your
Maybe.
project.
Exactly.
Next
I
year.
think too. I think our student council.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Get those guys lined up. Okay. All right, we have one in-camera session, so other than that, I think we will just not adjourn council meeting yet because we will wait until after we have the in-camera session. But we will take a few minutes for a break, and then we'll do our in-camera, and then we will.
Any questions?
Any questions of the media? Lauren said he was wanting to talk to me after, so I'll give him a call after we're done the in-camera.
Sounds good.
All right? Thank you for coming.
I'll move to recess into.
Recess into in-camera. Thank you, Henry. Seconder by Marv. All in favor? That is carried.